But I want to make a statement about an article that came out last 24 hours, and I addressed the team about that this morning. Talked with Trey about this article this morning, and I want to address you guys with that. Part of coaching is keeping your team together, keeping a group, a family together, and you're going to have all kinds of situations, okay? All kinds of situations that come up daily, okay? I have a staff of probably about 30, 35 people, if you include the players, the trainers, the coaches, all of those folks, okay? So there's something happening every single day that we have to address and manage, and a situation happened that is private. Okay, it's private. It's no different than any other day. For me, in our group, and a story was leaked about that situation. You know, those are things that we don't normally talk about or address. You know, things happen with our players on the bus, on the plane, in the hotels. I mean, we're together a lot. We're family. Okay, things are going to happen during the course of a season. But I've addressed my team about that. I've talked with Trey about that. We're moving forward. The one thing that I do want to respond, there was something said about me telling Trey to not show up for a game. I will never, ever, and have never, ever told a player not to show up for a game. Okay, that's just false. All right, so I wanted to make a comment on that. As I told the players, we're moving forward. We need to get ready for OKC tonight, and that's what we're doing. And I'll take your questions on OKC.
Well, I wanted to ask about Jarrett.
Okay, that's fine.
As far as a guy like him taken early in the lottery and has been on a few teams in his short career, I mean, does this opportunity with you guys on a two-way kind of put an extra chip on his shoulder to maybe prove himself a little bit more?
No, well, he has kind of proven himself to us where we wanted to get him with our two-way G League team and get him on the roster because we felt that he had potential. I went down, I mentioned this, I went down and watched him play in the G League, and really saw some good things from him. I thought he had a good training camp for us, and the opportunity has presented itself for him to get an opportunity to play, and he has kept himself ready and prepared, and he has really helped us in our last two games with the opportunity, getting out there, being productive on both ends of the floor, defending, rebounding. He just has a really good feel for how to play the game, and he has stepped in along with a couple other guys and have really helped us in the last couple games.
With a guy like SGA, who's averaging 30-plus points per game on the season, what are his biggest threats to you guys, and how do you kind of establish that pace? Because they like to play pretty fast too. Well,
he's hot, and being able to create offense, averaging 31, it's hard to do in this league. And he has had a great start. His ability to create his own shot, get to the free throw line is going to be a challenge for our guys to defend him, keep him in front, and defend him without fouling. But we're going to need help with our guys that are playing off the ball that we load to this team all night long. They are a downhill team that is with a lot of ball movement, almost like a passing game offense that we're going to have to do a good job of keeping them out of the paint and making them score over the top.
In your conversation with Trey, do you think he understands the magnitude of the perception of what it's like when he, the leader, is not with this team?
Well, I mean, Trey is a very competitive kid. He understands. He understands. You know, we both want the same thing, and that is to win games. And you know, again, things happen. Things are gonna happen. We're not going to agree on everything. I mean, that happens in your family too, right? There's not the perfect situation, and he's going to be fine. He's a 24-year-old man that has a lot of talent. He wants to win big. I want to win big, and you know, we're going to continue to work on ways to try to make that happen.
Nate, you always talk about respecting your opponent and respecting the game. Coming off a big win against Denver, what's the conversation to make sure your guys don't look past OKC and take them lightly based on their record?
You're exactly right. It's always respect the game for me, regardless of who you are playing. You know, respect your opponent, play the game the right way, and you know, you play the game hard and you play the game together. That is always the key for me, regardless of who we're playing. And you know, that's the one message I want to get across to my team. And I think you know, the way we played in our last two games with guys who have gone down and we've been shorthanded and guys had to step up, it doesn't surprise me that we're capable of winning when we have some guys go down, because we played the game the right way. You know, we played the game hard. We played the game together. You know, we're playing for each other out there. And I think any time that you bring that to the floor, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. OKC plays that way. They play hard. They play smart. They play together. And they play that way for 48 minutes. And so therefore they give themselves a chance to win every single night. But the respect for the game, you know, I expect that from our guys every single night.
Nate, if you will, as a point of clarification, do you have a policy for all of your players when it comes to participating in shoot around and starting in a game?
Absolutely.
Is that policy that you have to participate?
I have a policy.
Okay.
We have a policy that, you know, in a situation like that, yes.
Do you think Dick might have some extra motivation playing against this former team tonight?
You know, of course. You know, he has been in rotation the last two games, and of course, all players do. You know, certainly when you're playing, you know, and it's just like any other player or coach that you know, sees a team that he played for the first time. You know, whether he was playing or not, I'm sure he wants us to have success tonight. But he'll be in rotation again tonight, and you know, he's given us some good minutes, and you know, hoping that he plays well.
Any last questions?
Hello, Coach. About Bogey, how is his conditioning? Is he feeling better? And this game is likely the first time that we see the trio of Trey, DeJounte, and Bogey together. So what would you like to see from their production?
Yeah, it was great to have Bogey back on the floor. You know, everybody was excited to see him out on the floor. Our fan base was excited to see him. You know, he was aggressive. He didn't have any hesitation out there, and that's the one thing that you're looking at from a guy who's been off for a couple months and playing for the first time. He really didn't hesitate. You know, was aggressive, looking for his shot. And you know, tonight with Trey and DJ being out there together with Bogey, we'll see that for the first time. All of us are excited to see that, but he still will be on a restriction as far as minutes that he can play. And you know, we hope that he continues to shoot and knock them down.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.